Ladies and gentlemen, big day today. My new book is releasing, it says tomorrow, it says March 24th, but my understanding is that's Greenwich Mean Time. So what that really means is later today. So here on the West Coast, Greenwich Mean Time, we're minus 7 hours. So that's going to be 5 p.m. East Coast, 8 p.m. That book should be delivered to your Kindle. If you have not pre-ordered, notice up there in the upper right-hand corner. Today, earn 2 times Kindle points. That's a bonus. I have nothing to do with that. But, bonus, you should buy it. The couple notes. So, I'm publishing it myself. Couldn't find I don't have enough following. Couldn't find enough, agent or whatnot. So I'm publishing it myself through Kindle. So there's an ebook. There is a paperback book. I would have done this a year ago if I'd have known that they do print on demand. Should have been obvious, but hey, okay. So paperback book will be available to order about that same time. I made a slight error. Didn't get the final fixes up for the paperback in time. But the second that goes live, I can resubmit final fixes. If something happens, I'll pull it down, put it back up. But I've been assured that this is kind of seamless. They're minor typos. There's nothing big. Because I found them all by reading the book out loud for an audiobook. That is coming. Don't have a time frame on that. I'm planning on a couple weeks maybe. There'll be an audiobook. There will also be a hardback version available by the end of the week. I think that's slated to go to Friday. So Friday, if you want a hardback version, that should be available Friday. So if you're way in between paperback and hardback, hardback's $10 more. Kindle's $14.99. Paperback's going to be $20. Hardback's going to be $30. And that's kind of difference between all that jazz. So, hardback costs more. Also costs a little more time to do the hardback. Just tell me how you like it. Please leave reviews if they're great. If they're crummy reviews, make sure it's clear that it's because you're like old media and you hate me, and you hate new media and you hate conservatives. Because I'll take the people who are like, if you're unhinged and you want to put once, I'll take that. If you're hinged, 5 stars. Tell your friends about it. It's supposedly also on Kindle Unlimited, so download it. The key with Kindle Unlimited is I need you to read it. Flip pages, right? When you finish the regular part of the book, please, just keep going through the endnotes, because I get paid per page you look at. So I realize endnotes, yeah, but they are extensive. The last 40 some odd pages, I think, of this book are endnotes for each of the 18 chapters. Like I said, they're 40 plus pages of them. So this is not a drive-by type, you'll have to trust me on my sources. My sources are there. What else do I want to tell you? There's some things I should put a note down. The other thing that is, it's like I said, audiobook, probably 2 weeks. I'm not sure what the lead time on that is. I am still working on the recording. So I've got, I think, 10 of the 18 chapters recorded and edited. I've got the last 8 chapters and the acknowledgments recorded. So I need to clean them up. I was very surprised. this is the learning process a little bit for me. So I was very surprised to see that how much mouth noises and whatnot make it on those recordings. I'm not sure if YouTube and everybody else kind of cleans that sort of stuff up, or if, the fact that you're looking at video kind of distracts you from the noises somebody's mouth makes when they're recording something. So I gotta get rid of all that stuff. It's time consuming kind of editing that, and I think everyone reads when you read out loud. A, you catch more errors, and B, it's just I spent the last 2 weeks doing that, and my throat at the end of Friday afternoon, as I was finishing up, because I'm reading and I'm going back to the InDesign files and I'm making fixes, my throat was shot. So as you look through the book, I'd love some feedback on, my background. I have done books before. I've done more complicated books than this before as far as the layout. There are businesses out there that will copy edit your stuff. I'm not sure how good a job they do, but they will also do the cover design and lay out each page and do the style sheets, all that sort of stuff. I did all that on my own. That is my background. That is my skill set is kind of there. So let me know, how you like the font. I think Body Font's Utopia for those who are kind of interested in that sort of thing. What else? Yeah, tell your friends about it, please, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to word of mouth. Oh, last thing. For people who are interested, if you would like a signed copy, the easiest way probably, I need more people on my Substack. So go to hoystory.substack.com. The link's, right over there. That way. Hoystory.substack.com. I named it like premium supporter. They don't do founding members. Like, okay, that's great if you're there right at the founding. I don't care if you're there at the founding. If you pay the $150, I realize that's steep. It would be steep for me. I wouldn't do it because I can't afford it. But if you've got the cash and really want a signed copy, you do a premium supporter membership. I will get your address. We'll work out a way to get your address. I will sign it however you want it signed. If you want it as a gift, we'll do that too. It'll be a hardback, so it'll be a more expensive version. And I will make sure it gets shipped to you. So probably in the envelope, the USPS quick thing that shows 2 days. So you figure that out. That's it's actually, add all that together. You get the book, you get a year's subscription or something to the Substack, and you get and that works out to cheaper than a full year subscription. So go ahead and do that. The other thing my father had suggested this. I thought this was a great idea. If you can't afford any of this, that's fine too. Many local libraries have places where, hey, a book comes out, you'd like to read that book, suggest it. Tell your friends to call your county library or whatnot. Hey, I'd like to read Fact-Checking Frauds, How Fact-Checkers Distract, Deceive, and Distort Our Politics by Matthew Hoy. And some libraries will buy it. I'm not particular. In a previous life, I worked for a math textbook company. They do math textbooks. The bane of math textbooks companies is used textbooks because they don't make the money the second time around. I understand that, and I feel for them. So if a friend's looking at your book and says, hey, can I borrow that after you? Say no. Tell them to buy their own copy. There's a scene at the end of one of my favorite movies, The Paper, where Glenn Close is in is in the hospital because she has been shot in the leg because a bullet jumped out of the wall and shot her in the leg. And she's sitting there reading the paper, and she works for the newspaper. And the nurse comes up, "Can I read that after you're done?" She said, "Buy your own copy." So, buy your own copy. Don't share. No sharing. Or, if you like them, buy the copy for them. As you can see, I'm kind of frazzled. It's been a heck of a couple weeks as I've been working, making this happen. There is going to be a fact-checking frauds website. I'm going to put over there an interactive, I'll say interactive, a much easier to navigate if you are interested endnotes. My endnotes contain lots of URLs, and they are long, and they have random characters in there. Some characters capitalized, others aren't. If you want to check me, you can type those in and see my sources. But it's easier if you can just click. So what I will be doing is having a kind of version of it online where you can just, hey, I'm in chapter 14, this is footnote 57 or something, and the footnotes get up higher than 57, or endnotes get up higher than 57. They do. I think the biggest chapter I have has like 70 something endnotes. So you can just go to the website, chapter 15, endnote 45, select that, and it will take you to the link. There's also at least one, and I got to go back and look through the stuff that I created while I was doing the research for this. There's also at least one spreadsheet where I went and looked at PolitiFact's fact checks for a year based on party and or political outlook. So conservatives one side, liberals the other. And it was a year in which the Democrats held power. And I mentioned this in the book. And they say, well, we fact check those in power more than we fact check those out of power. Well, no, they fact check Republicans more. Even in a year when Democrats controlled the House, Senate, and presidency, Republicans got fact checked more, which should be no surprise, frankly. Anyways, go to Amazon. Fact-checking frauds. Let's get that going. I appreciate, I'll say ahead of time, I appreciate everyone's support. I thank you for this, really. And tell your friends, spread it around. We'll see if we can make this kind of fly. Thank you very much, and we will get back to regular podcasts / video things very soon. Like I said, I need to finish up the audiobook, but there's stuff I want to talk about. I will probably be doing a few of the shorts, the 3-minute long vertical ones, because there's some stupid things going on. And, you can do that quickly with a short. So keep an eye on that too. Thanks for watching. Again, tell your friends, Twitter, repost stuff. If you aren't following me on Twitter, you should be. It's at Hoystory, Hoystory. And I've got some blurbs from some pretty famous people, some people in conservative politics and just in journalism. They're saying good things about this, so you can find those on my. If you go directly to Hoystory and my posts, repost some of those, retweet some of those, so people see it. Thanks for your time. It's a good book. People like it, so you should too. So give it a read. Thanks a lot. Bye.